Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Peace, family. This your brother, Mr. Holipsism. Today's video is titled BAIO and LIN, The Path of Most Resistance. In case nobody knows what BAIO stands for, that stands for Black African Infrastructure Organization. And LIN stands for Land Infrastructure Nationhood. Most people don't want to be a part of the process. They just want to be a part of the outcome. But the process is where you figure out who's worth being part of the outcome. And the reason why I'm making this video is because there's been questions, and it usually comes from like people who's really amped up about doing something, like that Denzel Washington's wife and John Q. Do something, like they get constantly, like they feel that you have to be doing something in the terms of some type of an action when they realize that doing something doesn't necessarily require it to be some big event. Doing something could just be small steps towards something. That's doing something. A lot of times doing something can be doing nothing. It depends on the situation. It depends on the context. So one of the things that I notice is that people who is gung-ho about black power, the first thing they do when they ask the BAIO, like when they question me, I've been questioned on this on live streams and in person and whatever. How are we going to start this nation? That's the most popular one. Well, if I join the BAIO, how are we going to start this nation? And before I used to like answer it a certain way, but then I started thinking about it. And I said, let me answer this by hitting them home where it counts. Let's say you want to get shape up in a trim. Where are you going to get that from in this new nation that you're starting up? Let's say you want to get your shoes fixed. Heel broke, want to get your heel repaired. Where are you going to go to in this new nation that we starting? Let's say you want to get, go and get your hair styled or braided or your nails done if you're a woman. Where are you going to go and get this stuff done in your new nation? See, when I say put the cart before the horse, nobody really seems to understand what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is asking how we going to start this new nation is like asking, how am I going to make this dish? How I'm going to make this, let's just pick randomly, like um, shrimp scampi and angel hair pasta with some green, vegetables and stuff on the side or baked potato, whatever. How are we going to make this dish? Well, the first thing you got to do before you decide that you're going to make this dish is you have to go out and get the ingredients. Now, what's the equivalent of getting the ingredients for nationhood? You have to get people. It's simple to the point of lunacy. Those ingredients are the people, because the people are the one who's going to build the nation. So when you ask a single individual, well, how are we going to get this nation? Why are you excluding yourself from the equation? Because it sounds like you're stepping outside of shit and then you seeing what's going to be done, and then you can jump in once it's done. See, that's not how nationhood works. And this is the reason why the BAIO and the LIN, we've gone, instead of the path of least resistance, based on everything that's happened to us in the past in terms of organization, and I'm talking when I say us, I mean black people here in America and in the diaspora as well. These microwave solutions haven't worked. These quick fixes haven't worked. The only thing that's going to work is the path of most resistance. Everybody thinks this is going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's never been easy. I want you to think about this. Even though the BAIO officially didn't start until about 2015, we were talking about it and talking about land infrastructure nationhood and talking about the BAIO as a concept back when Barack Obama became president of the United States. Now you talk about the path of most resistance. At that time, black folks was on a high. They were euphoric because in their minds they made it. I specifically remember Whoopi Goldberg saying on The View, she said, I feel like as a black American that I've been carrying these bags since I've been here in this country. And now that Barack Obama is president, I feel like I can put these bags down. I just hope that she didn't unpack the bags that she put down because once Donald Trump became president, I think you better make sure that those bags weren't unpacked and at least you can pick them back up again. But that's an aside. The point I'm making is this. The BAIO and LIN has always been the path of most resistance. We get the most resistance from Black Power Americans. We get the most resistance from militant integrationists. We get the most resistance from, well, obviously Captain America Negroes, but I don't really fuck with them because they picked a side and they don't even fuck around in this black cultural stuff most of the time. So, so why do we get the path of most resistance from these groups? Um, or why have we decided to take the path of most resistance is what I should say. And the reason is because the way that these groups have operated in the past have us in the position that we're in right now. Um, Perfect example I use is one is leaders. We're used to charismatic leaders. Everybody rallies around a charismatic leader. So I have people today telling me, yo, the BAIO needs a charismatic leader. And I'm saying, no, we fucking don't. And not only do we not need a charismatic leader, we should, if the people beg for a charismatic leader, we should treat them like a child trying to get picked up all the time. No, no leader for you. You need to walk. We need to stop babying our people and we need to stop it with these quick fixes and microwave solutions and realize that the only way this is going to get done is if we have people involved in the process. Because like I said at the beginning, most people don't want to be a part of the process. They just want to be a part of the outcome. But the process is where you figure out who's worth being part of the outcome. People treat life like it's a fucking rap video. You notice? In the rap video, you don't see the work that I'll just use him as an example. P. Diddy. You don't see the work that P. Diddy does organization wise. You don't see the nuts and bolts and the boring shit that's not sexy. But you do see the music video where everybody's in the club popping champagne, holding up champagne glasses, acting like, and that's what everybody wants to be a part of. Because it's easy to do that. Just get dressed up, get your hair done, the nails or whatever, and dudes get your suit on, get fly, whatever you want, and just stand up, put up the champagne bottle, chill in the club, and act like you a boss. That's easy. That's what you call the outcome. The outcome is that. The process is the shit that you didn't record, the shit that nobody wants to deal with. And this is what I love. I love the nuts and the bolts of this thing. I love the working parts of it. I love the unsexy stuff because that's where shit gets done. That's what we're in the process of doing right now in the BAIO network. I'll just leave it at that. But when I want to ask these people who's talking about this quick fix nation, this is what I want to ask them. Let's say you get sick. Where do you go in this new nation of yours? You break a leg or break an arm or injure yourself. Where do you go? What hospital do you go to? What doctors do you see? In this new nation, when you want let's say something happens to your pet, where are the veterinarians? Where are the people that take care of the animals? Like if your dog is sick or your cat is sick, where they at? Where they at? Where are they at in your new nation? Let's say your house fucks up, the plumbing fucks up. Is there a plumber in your new nation? Is there an electrician in your new nation? Is there a pharmacist in your new nation? Is there a secretary in your new nation? Is there an engineer? Is there an accountant? Is there like an artist? You want to get some art done? You want to get some framing? And little everyday things that we take for granted that people provide these services for. Who does that in this new nation of yours? How do you even know? You're just going to join an organization. Next thing you know, instant nationhood. We get land, we on the continent, we got a nation. And don't know who the fuck does what. You're just sitting around looking at each other. See, I want to avoid that because I want to do, and the BAIO wants to do, what nobody else seems to fucking want to do here in America. In America, we need to find out how many people in skilled professions do we actually have. And how do you do that without appealing to these people and letting them know, listen, we appreciate and value what you bring to the table. We just want to know what you do. And maybe if there's enough people that do what you do, you can form like a committee or something, or you can form like some type of organization based on that. But if you're a part of this nation and you bring yourself into the fold, then we know what you do. In the BAIO, we know, or we will know very shortly, how many people we have in each state and what those people in those states do. If we want to do a search and find out, do we need a lawyer? How many lawyers do we have in the BAIO? And keep in mind, there's 50 million black folks here in America approximately. There ain't 50 million black folks in the BAIO. So don't you think it's a little bit premature to start talking about nation? What nation we gonna build? What do you do? You, the person that's asking that question, what do you do? Are you bringing your skills into the mix? And that's not even, let's say you're a plumber. We're not happy. There's no plumbing work that needs to be done in the BAIO right now. But we just want to know that you are one. Maybe you can bring that skill to the table, and maybe there's other plumbers in the BAIO that you can connect with and network with and talk to. How many electricians? How many dentists? Oh, that's another thing. Where's your dentist in your new nation? If your teeth cracks or whatever, or you need a filling, is there somebody to do that in this new nation? Is it starting to clear up a little bit for you? You starting to get where this is going? Don't ask us about this new nation. You just came into the BAIO. Don't ask about no new nation. How about asking, or how about not even asking? How about telling us, what do you do? What do you enjoy doing? What's your skill set? And how about meeting people who have the same skill set as you? Right now in America, black folks don't have no gasoline station that they can go to refuel. The BAIO social network is just for that. It's to be surrounded by people of like mind, interact, deal with, associate, form bonds with people of like mind. So that way you have that support system that our leadership here in America apparently feels that you should not have. Because if you can tell me the leaders that went out there and tried to find out what are the skills of the people, of the black people that you claim to be fucking representing, sorry. What are they? Do you know? Do you even fucking care? Is there another organization like the BIO that's trying to muster up the resources of our people in this country? And we're doing it. The shameful part about it is we're doing it as working class people. We don't even have the time to dedicate 100% to this. And yet we're able to do that. And yet we're able to think. All of us have jobs. Not all of us, but most of us have jobs. Either working for somebody or either having our own businesses or whatever, students, whatever. We run the gamut. But the point I'm making is we're doing other stuff besides land, infrastructure, nationhood, BAI, or related stuff. We do this stuff when we can in our spare time. We're sitting here as working class people trying to map out a social, economic, and political infrastructure for our people to exist in. In other words, a nation in our spare time. And you have people that supposedly represent us that have not thought of this. We are so fucking brilliant that we just thought of it ourselves. Or is it that those people don't fucking care? They know what they need to do, but they're not doing it because they're very comfortable where they are. That's all I got to say about that. I just want to talk about the path of most resistance because that's the path we're taking. This stuff is slow. This stuff is not sexy. This stuff is tedious. It's boring. But guess what? We love our people so much that there are people that is doing all of the above for nothing. For no pay, for nothing. We're doing it because it needs to be fucking done. And nobody else is doing it, so we're going to do it. Anyway, I'll holler at you good people later. Peace.
You can't compare to the status right here. Legendary worldwide, we can battle right here. Listen, Junior, I'ma tear back your wig. This ain't TV, but I'll show you what a fear factor is. Stop grilling me, and all that fronting is killing me. You leave me no choice but to hurt your feelings, G.
About to slap rappers around.